Imagine the world as a great bridge. On one side stand a few strong individuals, engineers, thinkers, creators, their shoulders tense, holding the weight of progress. On the other side stands society, millions of lives, hopes, needs, and fears, expecting the bridge to never break. Now listen carefully. One philosophy says the bridge stands only because of those few strong shoulders. Another philosophy says the bridge stands only when the weight is balanced. This is the story of Atlas Shrugged and the ancient Aseevaga philosophy. In Atlas Shrugged, written by Ayn Rand, the world is driven by creators. They invent, they risk, they produce. But slowly, something changes. Success is punished, mediocrity is rewarded, rules multiply, talent is taxed, not just in money but in spirit. And the creators begin to ask a dangerous question: why should I live for those who condemn my success? So they step away, not with anger, but with silence. The message is clear: when the best minds withdraw, the system collapses. This philosophy fears one thing above all else: abuse of power by the state. Now travel far away in time. Long before factories, long before nations, the Aseevaga philosophers asked a different question: why do humans suffer? Their answer was not poverty, not inequality, not even power. Their answer was attachment. Attachment to wealth, attachment to control, attachment to desire. They observed life as a cycle: gain and loss, pleasure and pain, birth and death. To them, wealth was not evil, power was not evil, but excess was. They believed a society collapses not when talent is restrained, but when desire becomes limitless. They feared not the state, they feared the human ego. So here we stand. Atlas Shrugged says, protect the individual or society dies. Aseevaga philosophy says, restrain excess or society destroys itself. One warns us about external control, the other warns us about internal imbalance. History tells us something uncomfortable. Civilizations fall when creators are crushed or when greed is worshipped. Both are true, both are deadly. There is one final difference, perhaps the most important. When society fails, Atlas Shrugged chooses withdrawal. Let the world feel the absence of its best. Aseevaga philosophy chooses detachment. Stay in the world, but don't let the world own you. One walks away to teach a lesson, the other stays to preserve harmony. Maybe the future does not belong to either extreme. Maybe the future belongs to those who understand this. Excellence without balance becomes tyranny. Balance without excellence becomes stagnation. We need creators, and we need restraint, we need ambition, and we need wisdom. Atlas Shrugged asks, why should I live for others? Aseevaga philosophy replies, because you are not separate from the whole. One builds engines, the other sustains civilizations, and perhaps true progress lies not in choosing sides, but in knowing when to rise and when to restrain.